I'm glad to have on the telephone this morning Belinda Keiser, who is Vice Chancellor of Community Relations and Student Advancement at Keiser University in the state of Florida. And Belinda, welcome to Faith Radio this morning.
Thank you for having me, Scott.
Now, when I found out that you were going to be our guest and your last name being Keiser, did you help name the school? Are you one of the founders? Your family? Tell us about that.
Well, thank you so much. What I can tell you is that we were started by our family 42 years ago, and we're very, very community and state-based in terms of workforce education. And today, we join 29 other independent, not-for-profit colleges known as ICUF, Scott, in the state of Florida, that, by the way, have been serving Florida residents in Florida for over 100 years collectively.
All right. Now, the Florida House of Representatives have a proposed legislation, and it's called EASE, E-A-S-E. And I want you to tell our listeners about that because a lot of our listeners are family. They've either been to Keiser, they've gone to school there, or going to go to school there, or places like Bethune-Cookman or St. Thomas or St. Leo or many other independent nonprofit colleges or universities in the state of Florida. Tell us about EASE.
EASE is a very effective program. In fact, EASE stands for Effective Access to Student Education. The EASE grant was started 41 years ago, Scott. It saves the taxpayer money, and it gives Floridians, Florida students, because that is a requirement, a choice in terms of their education. And this grant, the original statute, the intent today is the same, is for access and choice. And so there are 30 ICUF schools, and at the end of the day, I really value not only the schools, but the students, because they're on the front line. They've helped during COVID. They're nurses, they're teachers, they're IT professionals, they're first responders in many cases throughout the state of Florida.
Now, why would the legislators want to cut this funding after so many years and the need is so great?
That is an excellent question, Scott. I'll say, first of all, I'm not sure. There are 158,000 students served by ICUF, Independent Colleges and Universities of Florida. And what troubles me most is that the House, and it appears to be coming from House leadership, if the metrics that will be applied, and I can get to that specifically, it would cut out about 13,000 students' eligibility. Of those schools, 8 are faith-based in their mission, and it will have such a negative impact on the workforce and talent development of the state of Florida. The Senate, alternatively, is looking to increase the amount of the grant, seeing value in everyone's talent and seeing the value of ease.
Okay, I'm going to ask our listeners to get a piece of paper and a pen to get ready to jot down the information of how they can let their voices be heard to the legislators in the state of Florida. Belinda Keiser is our guest, and Belinda, we pray for our leaders every day, our local leaders and national leaders, and this is why we do it, that we pray that they'll have wisdom to make good decisions. And you and your family have been in education for a long time, helped a lot of people, and I think of all these other colleges and universities, and helping these students is so important. What else do we need to know about?
Well, first of all, let me share with you, Scott, that I am a faith-based person. I grew up in Tallahassee. I went to North Florida Christian. I really appreciate your prayers, and I ask you to continue. I wanted to share with you the schools that would no longer be eligible. Real quickly, it's Advent Health, Berry University, possibly Bethune-Cookman, Florida Memorial University, St. Leo University, Southeastern University, St. Thomas University, and Warner University. And the institutions, the other thing I would like your listeners to know is this is totally tuition-based. So this isn't for capital improvements. This is simply to help working students and students that are Florida residents and frankly, students that are pursuing their dreams through education with this proposed bill in the House would cut them out of the eligibility. About half the other schools would be eligible. However, at the end of the day, what I believe is that policy should be about making improvements to the state of Florida. And to your point, after 100 years of service on the front line and throughout this great state, this is a very important grant to protect, known as the EASE grant.
Right.
So you wanted to ask how people can get involved? I do have a quick answer for you. Yes, sir. So under ICUF.org, ICUF.org, you can either sign a petition, it's change.org, or you can write a letter. We would welcome any help, any support, and always your prayers.
All right. And change.org, and search for Save EASE, EASE, or let's see, advocacy, ICUF.org. Is that right?
Just ICUF.org, which is the ICUF group.
Okay. All right. Good. Well, Belinda Keiser, thank you so much. And I know Jeff, your assistant there, is helping keep us up to date, and we'll try to give these announcements and let folks know about saving these grants for the students. I know if my kids were still in school, I sure would be on that telephone writing letters.
We can't thank you enough for your support. And if you do receive questions, feel free at any point to reach out to Bob Boyd with the Independent Colleges and Universities of Florida. I'm also here to help. Thank you so much for everything.
Right. Thank you, Belinda Keiser. Thank you for joining us today on Faith Radio. Have a great day and keep us informed, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you now. Have a good day.